So you're in Spain now, and you're probably thinking, how am I going to move around Spain? Let me tell you today what it takes to get a driver's license when you're in Spain compared to the US. Stick around. What up, peeps? It's Friday. Let's get this weekend started. And what better way to get it started than watching Sway vlogs? Don't forget that if you're new to the channel and you want to learn more about the life in Spain compared to the life in the US, please consider subscribing. Hit that little bell so you can be notified when I drop the latest and the greatest here, which is obviously Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, so we can get this weekend rolling. You guys, today I'm talking to you about, you're in Spain now, and you're thinking, should I take the bus? Should I take the metro? Or maybe I should get a car so I can move around faster. If you're in a smaller city or a smaller place you live in and there's no metro, there's no bus, or the bus takes too long from point A to point B, then yes, you should get a car. But if you're living in Barcelona, Valencia, Madrid, etc., when they have a metro, when they have a bus system, then you should just stick around using that because you're gonna end up saving money. Well, I mean, in the future, if you want to get a car, then you can get a car. So I'm gonna talk to you about the differences of how to get a license in the US, comparing it to how to get a license here in Spain. And believe me, you are going to be shocked just as I was shocked when I first moved here and I wanted to go get a license.
Gentlemen, you have my curiosity, but now you have my attention.
Let me talk about back home. When I got a license back home, I can't remember how long ago it was, but it was a long time ago. I think I just turned 18 or before that. I got a license, and I went to the DMV. I grabbed the driver's manual and I started reading it. The book, after I read it, I went and paid $35. I took the written test, which is not a written test, it's more a computer test. And then after that, after I passed it on the first try, that's right, first try, baby. I passed it on the first try. I went and took the driver's test, and I also passed it on the first try. Woo woo! Pat myself on the back. And I paid like $75 for that, and then voila, I had my driver's license. And then I was off to drive wherever I wanted to. Simple, right? Easy, right? I mean, I hope things are still the same over there in the US because that's how it was back in the day when I got the driver's license. Then I come to Spain and I'm thinking it's going to be the same thing. I'm just going to head over to the DMV, grab the book, read it, pass the test, boom, voila. What worse, what's the worst that can happen? How bad can it be? And then I come over here and I found out there is no such thing as a DMV. What? Crazy, right? So back at home, the DMV and the police benches can control the traffic and give you a citation whenever you're breaking the law. Well, here in Spain, there is a Guardia Civil de Tráfico, a police branch dedicated only to traffic. They also take care of crime and everything. Think of it as your sheriff's station back at home. They are the ones in charge of traffic. And when you take your driver's test, you have to go to the police station and take your test there. The funny thing here is that when you're taking your driver's test, you're on the driver's side, your instructor from your autoescuela is on the passenger side, and on the back seat is an actual police officer, an actual personnel from Guardia Civil de Tráfico. They're evaluating your test, making sure that you're doing everything according to the law before they give you the license. That is how crazy and different and insane it is here. But not only that, they have an ITV, which is an ITV in Spanish, the Inspección Técnica de Vehículos, or more like the technical inspection of the vehicles. And basically what they do is they literally measure everything on your vehicle. You got the right headlights, the right wheel, the right size of frame, and the right size of bumpers. And if you added something, it has to be according to the law of metrics and size and everything. It's just it's really tedious, but it's the way they do things here. And that's just one thing. And then we get into the driver part, and when we want to get a license, you can't just go to the DMV. You can't just go and take a test for the heck of it. No, you have to enroll into an autoescuela, an auto school, where they will teach you about driving. I know, right? Teach you. If you've been driving all your life, all of a sudden you have to go do this. There's no way around it. Simple, plain and simple. There's no way around it. If there is, I haven't found out about it, but if there's a way around it, but as far as I know, there is no way around it. You have to go to the autoescuela. And this is how much it costs you to go to the autoescuela. Let me break it down for you. It's a €100 subscription, or inscription, whatever, to get in. Not subscription, but inscription to get in. And then it's €20 per exam that you take. So if you fail one exam, you pay €20, and you take another one, that's another €20, and you so on and so on. You know what I mean? And then you have to pay the tax traffic, or the tasa de tráfico, which is €107. And then not only that, once you pass your written test, you cannot go straight to take a driver's test. You have to take a práctica, or a practice drive, with the instructor, where they'll let you know they'll be able to let you know if you are certified to be driving or not, or if you should be able to go and take the driver's test and if you're gonna pass it or not. So in a way, it's a good thing because they're gonna like give you tips and pointers like, hey, you're not doing this right. If you go to the driver's test, you might fail because you didn't do this right, etc., etc. So whatever. But that's another 20 euros for every time you go and take the practica, and each school requires for you to do at least a minimum of 3 practicas before you actually go and take the actual test itself. So you're talking about 60 euros there. You got altogether, you got 60 plus 20, we got 80, 180, 287, 290 euros that you're paying. Now keep in mind, each time you fail a test, that's another 20 extra euros. Each time you want to take a practice test, that's another 20 euros. So like, it just adds up. Like I think it's same back at home. If you fail a test, you have to like pay again and take the test all over again. But still, you know what I mean? Like I think it shocked me the fact that you have to go to an autoescuela. You have to. There's no way around it. And another thing, for all my people out there saying, hey, do you have to know the language? Obviously, you're coming to Spain. They speak Español. They don't speak English as their main language. And everything on the book is going to be in Spanish. There's no such thing as an English book. Like I was stupid enough to say, hey, do you guys have an English book? And the lady's like, no, tenemos en español. And I'm like, she's probably thinking in her head, this dumb is asking for an English book where he's in Spain. Like everything's in Español. So yeah, thankfully, thank you to my mom and my dad, I know how to read in Spanish, so I had no problems with it. But if you don't know how to read in Spanish, freshen up on your Español because you're gonna need this. Okay? And I'm saying Español like a gringo.
Tú, cuadrúpedo, do you speak Español?
Yo lo explico.
Yes, like this, yes. Español. Freshen up on it because everything is going to be written in Spanish. Now, another thing that I want to let you guys know, when you do take your driver's test or your written test, they will ask you questions that are in the book, obviously, but they're trick questions. Like, they're going to trick you. Like, they're going to play with you. They're going to play with your mind. And they're going to ask you questions that are not even related to your driver's license. They're going to ask you questions like, what is the amount of weight allowed on a semi to be driving on the right lane? Or if a tractor is driving on the road, what's the highest speed it can go, or what can he be hauling if he's driving on the road, and stuff like that. You're probably thinking, I'm never gonna drive a tractor, I'm never gonna drive a semi, I'm not even getting a semi truck license or a tractor license. But hey, you have to answer those questions in order for you to pass the test. Crazy, I know, believe me, I was shocked too, just like you are right now. You're probably thinking, what? Now, I do recommend something that I didn't do myself and that you should do if you are thinking about moving to Spain to either visit or to either just to be here for a year to chillax, or if you're thinking into making it for your forever home before you leave the States or wherever you live in. If they allow you to have an international license, I think you should go and do that. I didn't do it because I didn't think I was going to stay here for 3.5 years. I thought I was going to be here for like 6 months max. And now look at me here 3.5 years later. And yes, crazy, right? I know. But anyways, consider getting an international driver's license, or if you do get your license, let me just pause you there. If you do get your license, you're thinking, I'm just going to show my license if I get pulled over. You have a minimum of 3 months to use your license, even if it expires within the next 3 years. Let's say you're going to be here for 2 years and you're like, I'm not going to get an international license. I'm just going to take my license. Whenever the police stops me, I'm just going to show my license. Yeah, after those 3 months that you've been here in Spain, they're going to tell you, señor, no working, señor. No, this no good, señor. Okay, no English, no work for you. No ticket. Here you go. Okay, so just let you guys know. So keep that in mind. And that's all I can say. You guys, if you're thinking about moving to Spain, I always say it, and I'm always gonna say it. Do your research. Do your research wherever you're gonna move to. Little town, big towns, big cities, small city, wherever you're gonna go, to the beach, the countryside, the mountainside. Do your research on what you need to do. And I'm going to try my hardest to give you guys all the info that I can. Again, I am not a pro at this. I'm just learning as I go, and I'm comparing everything to what I lived back in the States in the northwest part in Oregon. So with that being said, you guys don't forget to click that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit that little bell to be notified to receive the latest and the greatest from Sway Vlogs. If you like the video, hit the like button. Also, follow me on Instagram. And don't forget also that I'm here every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I hope your Friday is good. Let me know what's up in the comments. I'll hit you up later. Peace.